My girlfriend set her wine glass down with a deliberate clink that cut through the quiet of our living room. She didn't look at me right away. Instead, she stared at the screen of her phone, thumbs hovering as if deciding whether to send one last message before the conversation began. I already knew what was coming. The past few weeks had been a slow drip of tension. Late-night whispers on the balcony while I pretended to sleep, the way her laughter changed when certain names popped up on her notifications, the sudden interest in comparing our life to everyone else's. She finally turned, folding one leg beneath her on the couch. Her expression was soft, almost apologetic, but there was steel underneath it. "I've been talking to the girls a lot lately," she began, voice measured, "and they've helped me see some things clearly." I closed the laptop on my thighs and waited. Silence had become my safest response in moments like this. She took a breath. "They think I deserve more excitement, more spark. They say you're comfortable, predictable, that I'm dimming my own light by staying in something so safe." The words landed exactly as I expected. I'd overheard enough fragments, Brianna's loud opinions during group brunches, the way Vanessa always steered conversations toward how her fiancé surprised her with weekend getaways, how Lauren's new partner sent flowers to her office just because it was Wednesday. My girlfriend continued, gaining confidence as she spoke. "Remember my birthday last month? You planned that quiet dinner at the Italian place I love. And it was sweet, really. But Vanessa's fiancé flew her to the coast for the weekend. No warning, just swept her away." I nodded once. "You told me you didn't want anything big this year." "I know," she said quickly, brushing it aside. "But it's not about the trip. It's about the effort, the romance, the way he makes her feel chosen every single day." She shifted closer, eyes earnest now. "And when we go out with everyone, you're so calm. If someone flirted with me the way that bartender did last weekend, you just laughed it off. Brianna says a real man would have stepped in, claimed his space, shown he's not afraid to fight for what's his." Each example felt rehearsed, like lines delivered from a script written in a group chat I wasn't allowed to see. "You're steady," she went on, almost gently. "You have that good job at the firm, you come home on time, you listen. But the girls think I'm settling for stability when I could have passion. They worry I'm losing myself." I finally spoke. "And what do you think?" She hesitated, then met my eyes with something that looked like pity. "They're not wrong. I love you. But I'm starting to wonder if love is enough when it feels small." The room felt colder, though the heat was still running. "But," she added, lifting her chin, "I'm not ready to give up. I believe we can grow. I'm giving you a chance to step up, to bring more energy, more spontaneity. Show me, and them, that you're willing to fight for this." I studied her face, searching for the woman who used to curl against me during thunderstorms, who once said my quiet presence made her feel safe in a chaotic world. That woman wasn't here tonight. Instead, I saw someone performing conviction, bolstered by a chorus of voices louder than her own. "How generous," I said, voice low and even her brow furrowed. She'd expected defensiveness, maybe pleading, not calm acknowledgement. "I'm going out with Brianna and the girls tonight," she announced, standing. "We're trying that new wine bar downtown. I need space to think, and they've been so supportive." She waited for me to protest, to ask her to stay and talk more. "I didn't have a good time," I said instead. Frustration flickered across her face. She grabbed her clutch, the one I'd surprised her with last Christmas, and paused at the door. "This is me choosing us," she said. "Think about what I said. We'll talk when I get home." Then she was gone. The apartment settled into a silence that felt different from every other night. Not tense, not waiting, just empty. I sat on the couch for a long while, letting her words echo until they lost their sting. Then I stood, walked to the bedroom, and pulled my old weekender bag from the top shelf of the closet. I packed slowly, deliberately. Jeans, sweaters, the button-downs I wore to work, my running shoes, toiletries from the bathroom drawer. My laptop and charger from the desk we shared. I didn't touch her things. Her dresses stayed hanging. Her skincare lined the counter like soldiers. I in the kitchen. I found a notepad by the fridge. I wrote a single line in clear handwriting. I decided not to take the chance. I left it on the counter beside her favorite mug. I locked the door behind me, shouldered the bag, and walked to my car. The night air was crisp, almost cleansing. I drove to my brother Ryan's house without calling first. He opened the door in sweatpants, took one look at me, and stepped aside. "Guest room's yours as long as you need," he said. Already heading for the fridge, I told him everything over beers on his back patio. When I repeated her final offer, a chance to step up, to prove the girls wrong, he let out a short, disbelieving laugh. "She put you on probation based on focus group feedback?" "Pretty much." He shook his head. "And you just walked?" "I just walked." He clinked his bottle against mine. "Proud of you, man." I slept better that night than I had in months. The first messages came around 1 in the morning. My phone lit up on Ryan's coffee table. "Where are you?" "We were supposed to talk." "This is immature." I didn't read them all. I turned the phone face down and went back to sleep. Morning brought clarity. I called our landlord, explained the breakup, asked to be removed from the lease. He was understanding, said he'd handle the paperwork. I returned to the apartment once while she was at work to collect the rest of my belongings. Books, winter coat, the small speaker I'd bought for our road trips. The note was gone from the counter. Her side of the closet looked untouched. I left the key under the mat. Days turned into a week. Mutual friends began reaching out, cautious check-ins that carried hints of the story being told. "She's saying you had some kind of breakdown," one wrote, "that you just vanished without explanation." Another, "The girls are rallying around her. It's intense." I replied only when necessary, short and neutral. "I'm okay. Thanks for checking." Then came the call from a new number. I let it go to voicemail. Her voice was sharp, sober. "I get that you're upset. Silent treatment is a power move, fine. But you need to come home so we can discuss this like adults. Running away doesn't solve anything." I deleted it, blocked the number. A few days later, another unknown call. This time anger dominated. "Brianna was right about everything. You're passive. You don't fight for anything. Congratulations on proving her point." I blocked that one too. Then silence. 2 weeks of nothing direct. But the grapevine worked overtime. I ran into Justin, a coworker whose wife was friendly with Vanessa, at the office coffee machine. "Heard things ended suddenly," he said carefully. "Yeah." He glanced around, lowered his voice. "My wife says your ex jumped into something new fast. Guy named Trent. Brianna introduced them. Apparently he's exactly the high energy type the girls kept pushing." I nodded. "Hope it works out." Justin gave a small, knowing smile. "From what I hear, he's already checking her phone. Big scenes in public. My wife says it's messy." I shrugged. It was messy, but it wasn't mine. A month later, I was at a brewery with Ryan when I overheard familiar voices at the bar. Brianna's laugh carried over the music. I didn't turn around, but the conversation drifted close enough. "She thought she wanted drama," Brianna was saying, loud and confident. "Now she's got it." Trent flipped out because she smiled at the waiter, accused her of flirting. One of the others murmured something. Brianna snorted. "She says he's just passionate." "Passionate? Please. He's unhinged." "But hey, she wanted fire." I finished my beer and left without being seen. The first direct plea from outside the circle came from her sister, Elise. We'd always gotten along. She called on a quiet Sunday. "I don't know the full story," she started, voice gentle. "But she's not okay. This new guy, he scares me. She's jumpy, lost weight. I think she regrets everything." I listened. "I know it's not fair to ask," Elise continued, "but you were always good for her. Grounding. Maybe if you reached out." "Elise," I interrupted softly. She made it clear what she wanted. She has it now. I can't fix choices that aren't mine. A long pause, then a quiet, I understand. She didn't call again. The breaking point came late one night, nearly 3 months after I'd left at an unknown number. I answered, curiosity winning. Sobbing filled the line before words. It's bad, she managed between gasps. He took my car keys. He's screaming if I even look at my phone. He says I owe him for everything he's done for me. I stayed silent. I see it now, she cried. I was so stupid, listening to Brianna, letting them convince me you weren't enough. You were everything. You were peace. And I threw it away for this. More sobbing. Please, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I just want to come home. The plea hung in the air that I waited until her breathing slowed, waiting for my response. That sounds really hard, I said calmly. I hope you find a safe way out. A stunned pause. That's it? Yes. She whispered something broken. Then the line went dead. I set the phone down and went to bed. The final confirmation arrived unexpectedly, months later, in the form of a message from Derek, Vanessa's fiancé, a decent guy who'd always seemed mildly exhausted by the group dynamics. He sent screenshots from a private chat called The Core. Brianna. She's clinging to the boring one in her memories now that Trent's showing his true colors. Vanessa. Told her stability was overrated. She wanted sparks. Brianna. Sparks burn the house down sometimes. Who knew? Faced with tears of joy, another message. Weeks old. Brianna. Trent's asking for money now. Classic. But this level of drama is exhausting even for me. Derek's only text. Figured you'd want to see how it really went down, I replied. Appreciate it. Take care of yourself. He sent back a salute emoji. Time moved forward. I found a new apartment downtown. Bright corners, big windows. I got promoted. My predictable job rewarded consistency with real responsibility and better pay. I started running again. Cooking meals I actually enjoyed. Planning weekend climbs with new friends from the office. One Saturday morning. I was in line at my favorite bakery when someone stepped up beside me. She looked different. Thinner, eyes shadowed, hair pulled back severely. Hi, she said quietly. I nodded. Hey, you look good. Happy. Thanks. She clutched her coffee cup tighter. I know about the chat. Derek showed me everything. Brianna planned it. Pushed Trent on me the second you were gone. I waited. I lost the apartment, she continued, voice trembling. He cleaned out my savings before he left. I'm staying with my parents now. I'm sorry that happened. Her eyes searched mine, desperate. Is there any chance we could get coffee? Just to talk? I need a closure, maybe. My phone buzzed. A text from Mara, the woman I'd been seeing for a couple of months. She was sharp, kind, and laughed at my dry jokes. She'd sent a photo of the trail we were hiking tomorrow. Caption, can't wait. A real smile crossed my face before I could school ITMYX saw it. Recognition hit her like a wave. No, I said simply. I don't think so. I stepped forward to collect my order. Take care, I added over my shoulder. Not cruel, not kind. Just final. I walked out into the morning light, coffee warm in my hand. Phone buzzing again with Mara's reply. I didn't look back at him. Why life was quiet again. But this time the silence was mine. Chosen, earned, and entirely peaceful.